Freedom is being disliked by other people. When I first read that line, I put down the book because it shook something deep inside me. We have been told since childhood that being liked is the goal. Be polite, fit in, don't upset anyone. Smile when you don't feel like smiling, say yes when you want to say no. Wear the mask that makes people comfortable, even if it slowly suffocates you. And for a long time, I believed this was the only way to survive, to keep everyone happy, to avoid criticism. But here was the truth: you cannot live fully and be liked by everyone. Because the moment you decide to be authentic, someone will not like you. This book, The Courage to be Disliked, is not just about ignoring opinions. It's about freeing yourself from the prison of approval. It's about courage, the courage to live a life that's yours, even if it costs you popularity. Today, I'm going to walk you through the lessons from this book in a way that goes far beyond a summary. I'll connect it to your life, to your relationships, to your dreams, so that by the end of this episode, you will feel ready to take that first step toward true freedom. Life is not a competition. One of the first punches this book throws at you is this: life is not a competition. We have been trained to measure ourselves against others. School ranking, job titles, Instagram likes, money. We're constantly looking sideways instead of forward. But as Adlerian psychology teaches, the moment you see life as a competition, you will always feel inferior to someone. Why? Because there will always be someone with more. More money, more beauty, more intelligence, more followers. If you live to win against others, your happiness will always be fragile, depending on someone else's failure. In the book, the philosopher tells the young man, stop competing, start contributing. Because life is not a race you run against others, it's a journey you walk for yourself. Think about trees in a forest. A tall oak doesn't feel jealous of a maple. A maple doesn't compete with a pine. They grow in their own time, in their own way. You too have your own timeline. When you release the need to beat others, you release the poison of comparison and you make space for peace. The separation of tasks. If there's one practical tool that can change your life immediately, it is this: separation of tasks. Every problem in life can be made lighter by asking, whose task is this? If it's yours, take responsibility. If it's not yours, let it go. For example, your friend doesn't like your new business idea. Is that your task? No. Their feelings are theirs. Your task is to decide if the idea matters to you. Your parents want you to choose a safe career instead of your passion. Is that your task? No. Their expectation belongs to them. Your life belongs to you. People gossip about you. Is that your task? No. That's their entertainment. You can't control it, and you shouldn't try. Most of our stress comes from carrying tasks that are not ours, trying to control others' opinions, emotions, or decisions. This is form of emotional trespassing. The moment you separate tasks, you stop wasting your energy on what you cannot control and what you cannot change. And you gain the strength to focus on what you can control and what you can change. Freedom is being disliked. Here is the part most people run from. If you live honestly, you will be disliked by some. Not because you're wrong, not because you're cruel, but because you're no longer living for their comfort. The philosopher in the book says, if you're disliked by someone, it is proof that you are living according to your own principles. Think about history. Martin Luther King Jr., loved by millions, hated by many. Gandhi, a hero to some, a threat to others. Even the Prophet, peace be upon him, faced hostility from those who resisted his message. You cannot please everyone. The only way to be universally liked is to betray yourself, to become invisible. And here is a question. If you died tomorrow, would you rather be remembered as someone who stood for something or someone who lived as a shadow just to be accepted? The goal of life is contribution, not approval. We think happiness comes from praise, recognition, applause. But in reality, those things are addictive. You need more and more to feel worthy. Adler's philosophy says the goal of life is not to be approved, but to contribute. Contribution means adding value to the lives of others in your own way, not in the way society tells you to. You can contribute by teaching, by creating, by building, by loving, by showing up. When you focus on contribution, you stop asking, do they like me? And start asking, am I making a difference? And here is the twist. The people who truly matter will respect you more for it. Letting go of the past. Many people say, I can't change because of my past. They always blame others. They blame their family, their parents, their father, their mother for raising them the way they are today. They always blame others. But Adler believed something revolutionary. It's not that the past that determines your future, but the meaning you give it to it. This means your past is not a sentence, it's a story. And you can change the meaning of that story at any time. Example, if you failed in a business, you can see it as proof you're unlucky or as the training that prepared you for success. If you were hurt in love, you can see it as proof you are unlovable or as the experience that taught you your worth. Your past is like a seed. It can grow weeds or flowers depending on the meaning you water it with. The courage test. So, how do you actually develop the courage to be disliked? Here are 3 steps that can help you and which are inspired from the book. 1. Identify the approval trap. Notice one area in your life where you're living someone else's expectation. 2. Separate the tasks. Ask, is this my responsibility or theirs? 3. Act anyway. Make one small choice today that aligns with your values, even if someone disapproves. Courage is built in small acts, not in grand speeches. Listen to me. You will be disliked by someone no matter what you do. If you speak your truth, someone will hate it. If you stay silent, someone will hate that too. So stop living for applause because the people who matter will stay, and the people who have left were nowhere yours to keep. The day you have the courage to be disliked is the day you take the keys to your own freedom. Peace and love, Hamza.